Hey, Ben, that final touchdown to Claypool seemed like you were directing the traffic a lot before the snap. Was that moving people around because you saw a soft spot somewhere? Can you describe that play and what you saw beforehand?
We actually that's a new formation we put in this week. With Ray in the game, taking the back out, and we went to it a couple times today. And so we expected them on that particular play to kind of go with an all-out blitz. So we had a play called to get the ball out quick and hopefully try and beat the blitz. And they sat back in a cover two zone and just wasn't what we expected. So I saw that and I changed the play. And I think the coolest part about the whole thing is we've never run the play I called with that formation or that group on the field. So Chase has never been in that spot. Ray's never been in that spot. The other three kind of know what they're supposed to do. But, we changed the play and I can't say enough about Chase getting down the middle of the field and kind of making that play for us.
Jeff Hathorn.
Ben, how is it a rookie with no preseason is able to have this kind of impact this early in his career?
He's talented. He has got some God-given abilities that not many people in this world have. He's big, fast, and strong, and he's very, very smart. And so we're able to do those things like move him around and do some things with him. That last touchdown, perfect example. Like I said, changed the play, and he makes it happen. I just have to give him a little bit of a cue on it, and he's, it's awesome. So I just really proud of the way that he's playing right now.
Jerry Dulac.
Hey, Ben, it wasn't just that touchdown adjustment. All game, you had kind of using different formations, unbalanced line, a lot of reverses, that bunch formation on the one touchdown. It looked like you broke open the playbook quite a bit there, at least went to a lot of different stuff.
Right, yeah. Randy kind of threw the kitchen sink at him today. We kind of had to. I mean, that's a really good defense. And you can say what you want about being banged up in the secondary, but that front 8-9 guys that get after you, rotating guys in, and they rush hard. Someone asked me how I feel. I said I feel like it's a typical Eagles game. I mean, sore. It's just one of those games. It's real physical. So those guys up front really got after us today. Made some things uncomfortable for us. So we had to throw some different looks and different formations and reverses and personnel, and we persevered.
Aditi Kinkabala.
Ben, one of the things that Chase said afterwards is that he credited you for having so much trust in him. But is that a little bit of a chicken and an egg sort of thing? Like, do you just do that on blind faith? Or if not, how exactly has he earned so much trust?
He works. He works hard. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And I've said this numerous times. If he does make a mistake, he won't make the same one twice. And I think that says a lot about a young guy. We were texting on, I think, Friday, as I was looking at film and sending him clips and talking to him about it through text. I forget if he said it or I said it, but we were talking about a specific play, and I just told him, I said, hey, you keep doing what you do, and you're going to have a big game, and I'm glad it came to fruition.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Ben, the offense is really clicking there with, I think you scored on 5 consecutive drives. Was there any concern coming in, though, having that week off, if, you would be able to click as much as you did?
Yeah, you don't really know, right? You talk about rust, you talk about just kind of trying to get back on the flow of things. We can talk about it early in the week, but once the week kind of gets going, you got to just go play ball. And so we came out here and tried to do what we do, and that's, have a nice balanced offense. And I did look at the numbers. I don't know exactly what we were, but I felt pretty like we were balanced out there. We converted a lot of third downs. And once again, I took a knee at the end of the game, and that's always the best play in football.
Dejan Kovacic, go ahead.
And this was supposed to be the year that it was going to be tough for new guys to make an impact, whether they're rookies or even just new to a team. What does it say about whether it's Randy, the coaching staff, or even yourself, that you guys have not just adjusted to these guys, but really made them a big part of this offense?
Yeah, it's a group effort. I mean, from the coaches to veteran players to that player. I mean, you can coach them all you want and have veteran players around them, but they have to be the ones that go on the field and do it. Kevin Dotson coming in and stepping up, playing again today. We've got a lot of guys that are just believing in each other, and when someone stumbles, someone else is there to pick them up, and that's what makes this team special. We're all picking each other up, and we're all doing it for each other.
Brooke Pryor.
and you talked about during the week about the league maybe slowing your roll with the last week's unplanned bye. Do you feel like you were able to continue the momentum today that you had in those first 3 weeks?
Well, we won the game, so that's all that matters to us, and that's the most important thing.
Jenna Harner.
Ben, this is the first time since 1979 this team has started 4-0. What does it mean to you guys to have a start to the season like this?
Well, it's always important to kind of get out early because you don't know what the season holds, right? And we play a lot of home games. Obviously, that helps. But there's still a lot of football ahead of us. And we try and break the season down into 4 quarters. We were successful in this first quarter, but we still have a lot to go, a long way to go. And so we've got to continue to play football and really just, like I said, be there for each other.
Jarrett Bell, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Good, Jared.
Yeah, you talked earlier in the week, as Brooke just mentioned, about the momentum and the flow, and you guys might be one of the lucky ones when you look at the schedule around the league and how it's been disrupted. How are you going to process that moving forward, just in terms of the possibilities, as good as your team has done as well in managing the risk?
Well, knock on wood, we'll just do our part to keep trying to be safe. I think that's the first and foremost. You've got to do that. I know my wife is locking the house down and stuff like that. So I think we all take it pretty serious around here. So hopefully we can continue to do that. I know this week will be a challenge because we're allowed to have fans, and so people coming to games and family flying in and friends and things like that. So the challenge will continue to arise, and we'll have to just keep trying to answer the bell and do what we can to be smart. And I'm sure as I don't even know what other things have evolved today, but I'm sure the schedule is going to keep changing. So we just have to be prepared to play a game whenever they tell us to and give it everything we have.
Jerry Dulac.
Hey, Ben, I wanted to ask you a follow-up on that bunch formation. You had 4 guys out there. Have you ever used that? Is that something brand new?
We've ran that every week for the last 3 or 4 weeks in practice. We've run that. And every single time I've thrown it to Ebron to the other side. And today they kind of had 2 guys over there, so I threw it to Chase. And so that's we have had that in practice. And we practice at least once a week, but I've never thrown it to Chase yet.
Time for a few more. Joe Rutter.
Ben, could you just talk a little bit about Ray and the kind of jolt he's given you with his legs and catching passes?
Right. Well, we know what Ray brings in the return game. He's dynamic. Whenever the ball's in his hand, something fun could happen. So I'm really proud of him because he takes the reps that he gets during the week on offense when he can get them. Obviously depending on how guys are practicing and whatnot. So we're moving guys around all over the place, and it's never easy. And so we asked Ray to do more, and I believe in him. We put some stuff in for him, obviously the reverses and some passes, and his role will continue to grow because he's worked hard, he earned it, and he deserves it.
Aditi.
Ben, you said last week that you would tell us when you had a good game. 27 of 34, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, 38 points. What's your critical evaluation right now?
I'm still missing the deep ball too much. Still overthrowing. I know last week I talked about it and said I'd rather overthrow it than underthrow it, but I gotta figure out. I don't know if my doc made my arm, I guess, a little stronger or something. I don't know, but I gotta figure out how to connect on those deep balls a little more.
Final one, Mark Caboli.
Hey, Ben, I was just curious of how you feel your mental game's going with, making the checks, decision-making and that process of coming back.
I mean, I feel good doing it. That might be a better one for the coaches to evaluate how I'm, if I'm making the proper checks or looks. But, I feel comfortable. I feel like, we definitely have some new things in this offense that I'm not as familiar with, in terms of having, plays for a long period of time and things like that. So, but I feel like, I get us in the right play most of the time.
All right. Thank you.